What if I told you that the thing you secretly want most in life is exposing who you really are? Most people believe their personality is revealed by what they do. Carl Jung disagreed. He believed your deepest desires reveal far more about you than your daily actions ever could. Think about it. Every person has something they constantly dream about. Power, love, recognition, freedom, adventure, peace. These desires don't appear randomly. According to Jung, they emerge from the unconscious mind, the hidden part of yourself that influences your thoughts without asking for permission. The strange thing is that the things you desperately want often point towards something missing inside you. Someone obsessed with success may secretly fear being insignificant. Someone constantly seeking love may be trying to fill an emotional void. Someone chasing freedom may feel trapped by invisible chains. This is why your desires are more than wishes. They are clues. They are messages from parts of yourself you haven't fully understood yet. And once you learn to read those messages, you begin to see who you really are beneath the mask. But if desires are messages, then why do we often want things we don't actually need? The answer begins deep inside the unconscious mind. Most people assume they choose their desires consciously. Jung believed the opposite. He argued that many of our strongest desires originate from forces operating beneath awareness. Imagine an iceberg. The small part above the water is your conscious mind. The massive part below is your unconscious. That hidden section stores fears, memories, insecurities, instincts, and forgotten experiences. And it constantly influences what attracts you. You may think you're chasing money, but perhaps you're really chasing security. You may think you're chasing fame, but perhaps you're chasing validation. You may think you're searching for love, but perhaps you're searching for acceptance. The unconscious rarely speaks directly. Instead, it disguises its needs as desires. That's why people often achieve their biggest goals and still feel empty. They solved the visible problem, but the hidden need remained untouched. And this leads to one of Jung's most important ideas: the shadow. A part of your personality most people never dare to explore. Jung believed every person carries a shadow. The shadow contains traits, emotions, and desires that we reject. Maybe as a child you learned that anger was bad, so you buried it. Maybe you were told confidence was arrogance, so you hid it. Maybe your true ambitions scared people, so you suppressed them. But buried doesn't mean gone. The shadow remains alive, and often it appears through secret desires. The person obsessed with power may have suppressed their strength. The person craving attention may have buried their voice. The person fascinated by rebellion may have spent their life being overly obedient. What you desire may actually be a hidden piece of yourself trying to return. The shadow doesn't disappear because you ignore it. It grows stronger. And if you refuse to understand it, it starts controlling your decisions from behind the scenes. But there is another clue that reveals what your unconscious wants. And it's something you experience almost every day. Envy. Most people see envy as a negative emotion. Jung saw it differently. He believed envy can reveal hidden potential. Think about someone you envy. Maybe it's their confidence, their success, their freedom, their influence. Now ask yourself a strange question. Why that person? Out of billions of people, why do they trigger such a strong reaction? Because they often represent qualities that already exist within you but remain undeveloped. Envy is sometimes your unconscious pointing toward a neglected part of yourself. The qualities you admire may be qualities you secretly need. The life you envy may reflect desires you've been afraid to pursue. This doesn't mean you should become that person. It means you should investigate what they symbolize. Because hidden beneath envy is often a message about who you're capable of becoming. But there is one desire stronger than almost all others. And nearly everyone is chasing it without realizing. Beneath countless ambitions lies a simple human need: the desire to be seen. Not looked at. Seen. To be understood. Recognized. Valued. Accepted. Many people spend years chasing achievements because they believe success will finally make them visible. Others seek relationships hoping someone will understand them completely. Some seek fame. Others seek status. Different paths. Same destination. Jung believed humans have a deep need to feel psychologically acknowledged. The problem is that external recognition can never fully satisfy internal emptiness. No amount of praise can replace self-acceptance. No amount of attention can heal self-rejection. That's why people often keep chasing more. More money, more followers, more achievements. Because they're searching for something deeper. Something they can only find within themselves. And that brings us to the most dangerous trap of all. The endless chase. Desire can guide growth. But it can also become a prison. Jung warned that unconscious desires often control people without them realizing it. The person who needs approval becomes dependent on others' opinions. The person obsessed with success sacrifices peace. The person desperate for love loses themselves trying to keep others happy. The desire itself isn't the problem. The problem is unconscious attachment. When you don't understand why you want something, it begins controlling you. You stop choosing. You start reacting. And suddenly your entire life revolves around satisfying a need you never examined. Many people spend decades running toward goals they never questioned, only to discover they weren't chasing fulfillment. They were running from themselves. So, how do you break free? Jung believed the answer was awareness. And awareness begins with a single question. What is this desire really trying to tell me? Imagine treating every desire as a clue. Not an order. Not a command. A clue. When you want something intensely, pause. Ask yourself, what feeling do I expect this to give me? Security? Respect? Belonging? Freedom? Love? Then ask an even deeper question. Can I begin developing that feeling within myself right now? This is where transformation begins. Not by destroying desire, but by understanding it. Jung called this process individuation. The journey of becoming your complete self. The goal isn't to eliminate desires. The goal is to understand what they reveal. Because every desire contains information. Every attraction contains meaning. Every obsession points somewhere. And if you pay attention long enough, your desires stop confusing you. They start guiding you toward the parts of yourself waiting to be discovered. Carl Jung believed that until we make the unconscious conscious, it will direct our lives and we will call it fate. That's why your secret desires matter. They're not random thoughts. They're signals, messages, pieces of a psychological puzzle. Some reveal wounds. Some reveal strengths. Some reveal parts of yourself you've ignored for years. The question isn't whether you have hidden desires. Everyone does. The question is whether you're willing to listen to what they're saying. Because the thing you secretly desire most may not be what you think. It may be a doorway leading toward your fears, your potential, and ultimately, your true self. So tonight, ask yourself one question. What do I secretly desire more than anything else? The answer might tell you more about yourself than years of self-analysis ever could.